time to make another High Priest, which is Cleric Primary and Cleric Secondary. So for this one, I think we're going to do an Emperyean, which is your typical, like, royal bloodline, high society elf. You know, think about, I mean, a high elf or something to that effect. Whatever flavor that is for you, whatever system you come from, that's what they are. All right, so we're going to make a High Priest. Boom. We will make this a female because I made a male Vec for the last video. So we're going to do a female Emperyean. She is going to be a High Priest. And I think this one we just embrace. Did I just spell priest wrong? I did. I think we just embrace holy, 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 right? Holy, 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 holy. So I think we embrace it. Greco-Roman. So now we're thinking of like a Roman priestess. So what? Now I kind of want Athena, but I don't think Athena was, that was her Greek. What was her Roman? What was her Roman? It wasn't Pluto. That was she Neptune? No, Neptune was Poseidon. Wasn't Pluto Hades? What was Athena? I don't know. Athena and Roman mythology. Minerva. I wasn't going to get that at all. I was going with all the planets. By her owl and goddess of victory, Nike, also known as Pallas Athena. Identified in the Roman mythology as the goddess Minerva. What if we just did Roman female gods? Goddesses. Not bad. Juno, Venus, Diana, obviously. Juno. I like it. We'll do Juno. Boom. Juno. I don't know. Holy, divine, shining, light. I like light. Light plant, light flower, light feather, Lightwood, Juno Lightwood. Very elfy, very priesty. We'll take it. Now I know they're not your typical. They're not the Pyre, which are all about one with nature. However, elves' nature still to me go together. We're going with Juno Lightwood because I likes it. All right, Juno. So she is going to have been of one of the royal families, right? Or the noble. The noble's better. She's a noble. I usually veer away from making my character one of the royals. I think that gives your character too much status in a game, and I don't necessarily like playing somebody with status. Well, it can dominate situations, and it could dominate the story by you being of high, noble, royal birth. However, I think just being a noble in general brings a lot of fun dynamic to a party, and it could just be fun for you to play a posh elf, especially one named Juno Lightwood. So, Juno's going to have been in the noble family. Probably the best teachers, the best tutors, best education, money could buy, gold could buy, however it is in the Emperyean culture. She then proceeds to learn, divine magic or magic. She finds that she is attuned for the divine, if you will. She is gifted with the divine. She is, gifted, blessed with the divine is probably a better way to put it. And by being blessed with said divine powers, then she's able to continue her training and, top of her class, repeatedly until later in life, as she develops, as she matures, as she levels to level 25. She then selects Cleric as a secondary class or in a story. She doubles down on what she's good at. You know, she finds that she is in fact blessed by the divine. Her family has rallied around her being a symbol. You know, then the Emperyean culture itself has elevated her to a symbol, as well as other people who are gifted in the divine. Perhaps some veer off to become more warriors for the divine, or quote unquote, I don't want to say spies, but you know what? You know, people choose rogue, people choose fighter, people choose tank. You got your paladins that are up in the front line. Then you've got your just like holy avenger fighters that are out there reaping the evil and the enemies of the church or the Empyreans in general. And then you have Juno, who wasn't really gifted in any of that. However, her blessing and her innate ability to coexist with, embrace, harmonize with the divine is just off the charts, right? So she then is elected or decided or brought into the high priesthood or the high priestesshood, also known as she hit level 25 and selected cleric as her secondary ability, her secondary class. And so then we got to think about what would that do. So then why is she traveling? Because this is a big thing. I find plot holes, or I don't want to call them plot holes. I find issue with some people who, like, this is their backstory for their character, let's say D&D or another tabletop, is that they've ascended and they are now a high priest. High priests usually stay at the religious establishment or travel from a religious establishment to another religious establishment. They become a symbol, right? They become an important figure, almost like a monarch in the church. Now, if there's multiple high priests, they're still important. They are still symbols. So just allowing them to just roam about the earth, roam about the plane of Verra, maybe, sure, but you could explain it away, I guess. But, so why is this high priest now traveling the land? Perhaps it is put upon her as a holy pilgrimage. Ooh, I like where this is going. It is put upon her as a holy pilgrimage to travel the land and help as many beings as possible. Save as many beings as possible. Leave the largest footprint on the land of Verra as she can, i.e. adventuring, developing something, developing potentially more temples. Maybe you take the idea she's a temple planter, similar to, in the real world, like a missionary or church planter, but like she does that for the religion in the Emperyean city. Perhaps that's what she does, or maybe she is just like on a pilgrimage to help, and that's, you know, she is trying to further her connection or her bond with the god, which I know what it is. I feel like it's the one that's a tree person, which is like balanced, I think. I don't know, I'm wrong. I'll have to look it up. We do know that the Empyreans and the elves in general follow a certain god, but I don't remember which one it is. But she, you know, she's on this one to deepen the relationship with that god, to deepen her bond with it, to deepen her reliance upon the divine in order to strengthen the divine, thus allowing her to be more impactful. So that is why she's adventuring out and about as a quote-unquote high priest, is in order to deepen her understanding of herself and her religion and her god, as well as strengthening her divine output, her divine power, in order to then be of more use to said religion, God, and impact the world in a more positive way, impact the world in a much larger way on behalf of God, culture. Yes, I like it. So what is she doing? Pilgrimage. Pilgrim, not really a great, the missionary is a pretty good one. Like, what is she? Juno Lightwood, missionary of life. I don't know. I don't like it. What about the shining? I don't know what that word is, but that's not what I was trying to type. The shining missionary? What about priestess of light. Shit, I can't stop saying light. I can't stop. Priestess of the Holy Priestess. Priestess of Justice? No. Priestess of Protection? Nah. I use Divine so many times. I'm trying not to use Divine again. Holy just seems so easy. I mean, the Holy Wanderer, the Wandering. I've used Wandering before. The Priestess of Balance, the Priestess of Guidance. Ooh, Martyr is somebody who would sacrifice herself. And I feel like Juno would be that, right? Oh god. I would pick a word that's impossible for me to spell. Juno Lightwood. The martyr? No. Martyr? Yes. Of light. I can't stop! Martyr of light. What about just the martyr of Verra? A martyr of Verra. Not the. She is not the only. She's only one of many. She is not the I'm not. I am one of many. There is not but one star in the sky, but countless. When shown together, illuminate the darkness. I'm a fucking, I don't know. I'm a genius. Humble too. That's great. I love it. Just a couple of taglines. I know they don't really mean a lot, but that's like something you can just kind of read to get in character. I'm down. That actually made this whole thing much better for me. Yeah, that actually took this from a solid B-ish to like, I'd say low B's on the scale for me to like a high B, A minus, just with those two lines and the Martyr of Verra, A Martyr of Verra. That really brought it all together. That was a way to rally at the end there. All right, so we have got our female Emperyean High Priest. I don't know if I can do a female voice, but let's try it. So we've got our female Emperyean High Priest, Juno Lightwood, a martyr of Verra. I am not the only, I am one of many. There is not but one star in... There is not... Hiya! What did I write? There is not but one star in the sky, but there is not only... There is not only one star in the sky, but countless, that when shown together illuminate the darkness. Much better. Love it! Guys, okay, sorry. We had to rewind that, turn it around, and come back. Wow, these are going so much quicker. The original ones of these were 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes of me trying to figure out what the fuck, but like it is just flowing today. I am so excited. Wow. Wowzer. Okay, guys, that's Juno Lightwood, a martyr of Verra. You may see her crossing the plains of Verra, showing up wherever trouble is, to attend to the needy, to help the poor and the sick, to conquer the dungeons of evil. You may hear stories of her, of a saintess, a priestess, a wandering vision of beauty and light and divinity, crossing the lands of Verra, solving problems, bringing justice, healing the weak, and just being a beacon of hope across the lands. And if you do hear those stories, or if you see a vision of divinity, most likely Juno Lightwood. Thanks for coming by. I don't know what kind of outro that was. That's it. Good job, guys. Thanks, YouTube.